In summary, to create a successful mobile app takes anywhere from 4 to 10 people. Why? To find out, I will explain in this episode. Just 5 to 8 years ago, it would be enough to have just one person to handle everything. This was possible because the market was just starting to develop, so end users wouldn't expect the highest quality at the initial stage of the product launch, MVP. As far as online products today go, technology has drastically changed. Let's just go ahead and break everything down. Your development approach determines the size of your mobile app development team. What development approach are you adopting? This has a bearing on your development, and in turn, this impacts the size of your app development team. You need to factor in the following while formulating a development approach. Native versus hybrid app development. Hybrid app development frameworks like React Native can deliver a near-native user experience. You create one app only and run it on both Android and iOS. Therefore, your development and maintenance costs remain under control. However, hybrid apps still can't deliver the UX that native apps can, since native development utilized platform-specific technologies. Native apps deliver greater performance and security too. Forming an app development team. Who do you need? If you plan to invest over $30,000 in several months of your time in developing a project, you better do it right and get a professional team. Even if you choose to build a product internally, you will still need to build an internal team, which is harder than hiring an existing team. So, who do you need to build an app? Here is the list of people who would be involved. Mobile developer, full-time. Back-end developer, full-time. DevOps specialist, part-time. Designer, part-time. QA specialist, part-time. Total, 5 people. Oh, and don't forget about the tech project manager who can manage all these people. And that's a bare minimum. If you want to move fast and build for both Android and iOS, you would need to add at least one more person. If you want to move even faster, again, then you should add 2 more people, plus 1 for each mobile platform, which means a total of 9 people. Sure, you can try and go lean and survive with only 3 people, mobile developer, back-end developer, designer. However, this would be enough only to start, but it still begs the question, how many hours should developers take to build an app? Some stats say that on average, it takes approximately 18 weeks to build a native app. However, it all depends on the scope of your project, the complexity of the app itself, as well as the expertise of your developers. Hiring your mobile app development team. After evaluating how many people you will need, you then need to decide where to get them. You have 3 options: hire in-house, hire individual contractors, and hire a dev team. In-house. Hiring in-house is brutally hard and risky. Imagine you find out that you need to pivot or close your company after your MVP isn't accepted by the market. Also, hiring 5 to 10 really good people would take you several months. Refining the processes so they will actually work well as a team would take you several months more. In dealing with the employment and other paperwork, you know what a pain that is. However, if you have $2 million plus in your bank account, experience in building and running teams, and project development, then it might be an acceptable way to go. Individual contractors. Hiring individual contractors is super risky and also means your project won't be scalable. After all, for each of the individual freelancers you hire, you are just another project, nothing more. In a scrape, they can easily leave you. IP ownership, teamwork, and many other important aspects. Forget about trying to get it all together with a bunch of freelancers. Professional dev team. Hiring a professional dev team is a blast. It's not just a bunch of people. It's a team that is already refined with set in stone processes and standards. Obviously, You need to make sure to evaluate different teams and to pick the best one. Now, where is the best place to hire the dev team? If you go abroad, legal risk and IP ownership risk. If you know how to handle that, then go with that option. If you don't know, then you are much better off hiring a local dev team or a dev team that has a legal entity in your country and a physical office with employees. That way you are fully protected. If this information is helpful to you, then share it with your colleagues and friends. Don't let them find out the hard way when they have trouble creating their mobile app.